Hey guys, and welcome to Poppin Off At Pop's, our Riverdale after show. We're here to talk about those last two episodes that happened. Let's do it.
Weren't you supposed to say the names of the episodes, or you just didn't want to do it?
I just didn't want to do it. Okay. I didn't want to do it. Yeah.
Also, y'all, I forgot when I was entering this meeting that I should change my name back to my real name. Now I'm also Butts.
You can change it if you want, or leave it because it's fun.
I'm leaving it. I'm Butts now. It is what it is.
Yeah. All right. As always, I have my cohorts with me. Ladies, introduce yourselves, please.
Hi, I'm also Butts, also known as A. Jordan Lambert. You can find me on the internet at Lambertra. When I'm not here, I play tabletop role-playing games with Keiki on QueueTimes, or I take naps and work my day job.
And I'm Keiki, and Slytherin Pride, and I'm always here. You know I'm here.
Slytherin really Pride. We are.
Look, I'm a Hufflepuff, sis. It's the way we roll. Every Slytherin needs a Hufflepuff. So we had, I didn't even look up the names of these guys. I was like, we have the last two episodes. I know we've gotten a ton of comments and we appreciate it. If you guys like, where are you guys? Where are your thoughts? I love you, our loyal viewers, like people who like us talking about this show. Y'all, we went to Forks, Washington. If you know anything about this channel, if you're an OG channel, we were originally a Twilight podcast that branched off into this. We're going to have a whole video of it. We opened a TikTok just to like share our experience with everybody. And that's why it took us so long to do this because, you know, we went to Forks and then the holidays happened and then we finally watched it. So the first episode 4, we get this weird like retelling of the story of Cheryl and Poppy and Abigail Blossom. So, and like Nana Blossom is dying and they have to do the ritual with Bailey's Comet.
Bailey's Comet. My favorite Riverdale thing is when they do this. Okay, it's my favorite thing. The second the episode started and she was like, Bailey's Comet is tonight. I was like,
I know, I love
a good Riverdaleism.
Mm-hmm. But apparently everyone in Riverdale has been, or Rivervale has been reincarnated from the beginning of time because you have Thomasina Topaz, Jason instead of Jughead, Bitsy, and you know, like Poppy, all the names. I don't know. I wrote them all down and then I was like, does anybody care as much as I do? I don't know. But this
Velma instead of Veronica.
Yeah. Velma. I forgot what Tabitha's was.
It was something with the T, but I don't remember what it was.
It was like Tammy or something. It's not important. So like Abigail's whole story is that she and Thomasina Topaz, otherwise known as Tony Topaz, are lovers. Instead of Tony.
Because I needed to think of a key name.
Yeah.
Thomasina?
Well, because her name is Tony Topaz, so they went with a Thomasina. It's like a Tommy and a Tony, you know, ambiguous names.
You want to know something really embarrassing about me as a human being, and I will admit this right now?
Please do.
My middle name is Skylar, and my high school boyfriend's name was Thomas. So I was convinced that we were going to have a daughter, and we were going to name her Skylar Thomasina after our middle names.
Look at you.
Look at you. I'm over here like, what the hell is Thomasina? And you're like,
it's a real name.
It's a real name.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I know.
I had no
but
idea.
I love I do love that Tony or Thomasina is the one who introduced like the witch stuff into Abigail's house and into the Blossom home, because it wasn't like that before. It was just like a prep school for girls. And then it became so much more. And then you have Fangs over here, Fred, Finn, pretending to know, you know, her brother and being like, you must marry me. And it became this whole like, everyone's murdering everyone. He knows about the comet and he's a warlock, and like Tony's a witch. It was very.
I don't know if y'all watched.
Fangs look good though.
First of all, Fangs did look real good. Do you guys watch the episodes with subtitles? Because I do, and they didn't spell Finn the way that like they normally spell Finn. It was like F-E-N, and I was like, what the hell is happening?
Fen. His name was Fen.
Wasn't a fan.
Yeah. It was weird. Like, she marries him.
So, can I skip ahead to the part that disappointed me the most?
Yeah, of the whole episode?
You mean Sabrina?
Besides the whole thing? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Why come y'all gonna tell me months before this airs that Sabrina Spellman is coming to Riverdale? Why you gonna make it this big deal? Why you gonna have her post on Instagram? Why you gonna have this, it's a 5-episode event and Sabrina's there, and then she's only here for 5 minutes and it doesn't even matter?
That is generous.
That's like if y'all
for 2.5 minutes.
This is like if y'all told me that my long lost cousin is coming to town and I haven't seen them in 15 years and it's going to be so exciting, and they have a layover at LAX and they're going to be here for 12 minutes before their next flight takes off.
Yeah, literally rolls up. I thought we were about to get to witchy goodness, and she's only there to do like the weird transference spell because Fen is the one who cursed Abigail with eternal life, with always being alone. And so Cheryl is Abigail. Abigail is Poppy. They are all the same person because she has lived forever, and is like, look, we're now going to use Sabrina to transfer her soul into dying Nana's body so she can go be with Thomasina
I
forever.
love Poppy's bangs, though. Poppy's bangs were on point.
Yeah, the bangs
they
were
were so cute.
So cute. I loved the Betty
Poppy's bangs were bussin'.
Yeah, super cute. Also, why are all the men of Riverdale or Rivervale garbage in this? All of them have major control issues, first of all.
So terrible. But Jughead did a really good job at being a terrible person.
It's true.
Right?
Rain.
Cole Sprouse was great. Cole Sprouse was great at being a horrific person, but also justice for Bitsy, because damn, I wanted to punch him in the face.
Yeah. He's like, I've seen that scene in other like time periods of like the 50s time period, where the husband forces the wife to come to someone because the wife is like, I have to lie in order to save myself. And I was like, dang, this poor girl. And I was like, they just kissed once and are acting like they had a whole relationship though. So that I was a little confused.
That part was confusing because I feel like I was in a Killer song. It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. And they're out here acting like it was a whole affair.
They were apparently in love. Okay. We missed the whole thing. They had a whole big relationship.
Yeah. So
and
I thought
ginger flakes work as contraception.
From her garden only. And like Veronica is wanting to spice up the bedroom, and like Reggie's like, you can't, I can't satisfy my woman. Look, Ellis, stop it. Like sometimes you can't, and you just need to open your ears and listen. I don't know.
Yeah, right. The vibrator's not your enemy, it's your teammate. Tag, you're it.
Tag, you're it. I know. And then you have like Kevin and his whole nonsense of like, you know what I do for a living. I'm like, obviously you're a cop.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
He arrests communists, which I thought was a little bit too on the nose because Cheryl's always wearing red and they're like, you're a communist. It was just too obvious for me.
Yeah. And like putting Alice in this whole thing too, and her be like, she's like, if you want to talk about what you want to talk about behind closed doors, do what you want to do. And Alice is like, what? How dare you? It was just very strange, like the jumping in time. And I feel like it just kind of shows also like the actress who plays Cheryl is so good at Cheryl in our time period. And it's so hard in that short period of time they have to do the episodes for her to create someone from like the 1800s. It's a whole different cadence, it's a whole different embodiment. And then into the 50s, she was herself the whole way through. And I was like, man, if you're going to do that, you need to give her more time.
That was my biggest issue overall, It was just that, like, we're always we asked for something different for a very long time, and they gave us complete left field, far beyond a musical, completely different time periods. And Riverdale has always like wrote this weird wavy line of like vintage influences and weird things that just don't quite fit the time period, but it's supposed to be today. And my issue was that, we kind of put all these characters in a lane that they've kind of tiptoed along for a very long time, and they could not deliver. Like, nobody had the range.
No, none of them had the range except for maybe Cole Sprouse, because he was very convincing as an asshole. But I think the writing did a lot of heavy lifting for him because it was so antithetical to what Jughead is. The other part that really bugged the shit out of me is that we have this whole Abigail is Poppy and Poppy is Cheryl and Cheryl is Abigail situation that does not get explained until the last 3 minutes. And like, I'm sorry, y'all, that is screenwriting 101. Show us, don't tell us.
Yeah. We have a lot of that issue with this. I don't know. That's all I got really about like, then, just to put this out there, if Nana is now Cheryl at the end of this episode, why is Cheryl still Cheryl? Do you know what I mean? Like, Nana was very different in her cadence and her mannerisms. And then I was like, girl, like I was like, did no one direct you? No one helped you? Like, she should be such a completely different human being at the end of this episode.
Also, did anyone else know that Nana's full name was Roseanne? Because I didn't know.
No!
Where did that come from?
I know, like, we've been wanting a Cheryl episode because she's been thrown to the side like for a season and a half, it feels like. And then they gave her this moment to shine, and I feel like they did her such a disservice.
Not even just a Cheryl episode, but a Cheryl Tony episode. We've all missed the Cheryl Tony dynamic. It was sad when it was ending, and they've tried so hard to make Cheryl like a spicy person. I mean, remember when they opened a season with like the key party or whatever? Like, they try, they really try, but it's just a joke at this point. And I'm sad that I waited this long to get my Cheryl Tony relationship back, and it was Nana and Poppy and all these.
It was a whole
transference, which wasn't actually transference. Like, that's not how transference works. But
like, I wasn't going to say that. Okay.
Just going to say that.
I'm tired. I'm very tired.
Your girl reads a lot of, fiction, sci-fi and whatnot.
I be reading them books, y'all, and this is not how it goes.
No.
And
so like that happens. I don't have anything else to say about that episode. I don't know if you guys do or not. Right. No.
I don't. I ruined my lip. That episode made me so mad it ruined my lipstick, and I don't know where my face is now. Thanks a lot, Riverdale.
So we get to episode 5 of this 5-episode arc, right? It's been ghost story after ghost story. Jughead's the narrator. He's telling all these things. And then all of a sudden we're in this episode that makes all of that null and void in a way. Like, we went through 4 episodes for no reason. And then get this, actually what could have been a great episode if this was the whole thing, in my opinion. So like, Jughead is like,
I'm gonna start off by saying that if y'all go back and you watch our very first episode of Rivervale, I said blatantly, I'm going to be so upset if these episodes don't matter at all. If we get to the end of the 5 episodes and it doesn't matter. And then we got to the end of the 5 episodes, and what happened? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And honestly, we could matter. They told this story so wrong, because they could have kept the 4 episodes that they had with Lucifer and the Poppy Cheryl thing and La Llorona, and I forget what the other one was, whatever. They could have had all of these other episodes while sprinkling in this multiverse mythos, so that we knew what we were getting into, and we knew that we were dealing with a multiverse, and the last episode could have been them trying to solve it and fix it and blah, blah, blah. Instead, we just got 4 standalone stories that kind of didn't make any sense. And then this 5th episode where they crammed all this world building and all this problem and all this conflict into 40 minutes, and it was incredibly unsatisfying.
Absolutely. Everyone wakes up and it was a dream. I had a dream.
Which also screenwriting issue. You're never supposed to end something in a dream. And I was super pissed because I thought maybe we were moving towards like writing Cole Sprouse off, because this kind of seemed like a great window for it. And then
oh my God, I thought that's what was happening. I was lost it.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, at least it's happening in an interesting way. But no, there's apparently like the narrator and the writer and the Riverdale. And I'm like, so there's 3 Jugheads? What in the actual...
I do want to like put some nods out there to the parts I did really like that Breakfast Club montage in the beginning when Jughead's up and he's going to class. Hold on. And then like he sees everyone when they're younger, and the Archie wink when he's in the music room, I guffawed. I thought that was really funny and like smart.
I want to circle back to what Keiki said about Screenwriting 101. It's like these writers never saw St. Elsewhere. Because that was a big thing about St. And here's the thing.
It was all a dream in the mind of an autistic child.
I am super into St. Elsewhere lore and the whole thing about Tommy Westfall and all the shows existing in his mind. So if y'all want to talk about that, please hit me up on social media. I've given PowerPoint presentations about it. It drives me insane. But no, Riverdale should not have done that. It's so upsetting. It's so disappointing. I will say though, and I will give them this, is that to your credit, Sarah, with this Breakfast Club thing, that for 100th episode, it was a very cute, interesting, fun way to bring back characters that we've lost, and like a wink and a nod to the comic books and a wink and a nod to the series of the show and what the show has been thus far.
Yes. But I think they could have started. This could have been the first episode or part of it, right? And they could have drug out this entire 5th episode into the whole 5-episode arc. And that would have been awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, could you imagine if the cliffhanger was the original Reggie showing up and they're like, what is that? And I just love that he's like, why do I look different? And I just thought it was so good.
Yeah. But like holding up the comic, that was really cute. That was funny. Him being the stripper at Betty's bachelorette, that was also great. We had a lot of fan service.
When
Jason's alive.
That was so... They're going to go play tennis. Like, that was adorable.
So cute. Jason's alive. I love that, like, Dilton and Ethel are back, who are huge, like, icons of the first few seasons. Did y'all catch that Veronica basically asked Reggie to have sex with himself?
I'm not opposed to it. I'm sorry.
I missed that.
I'm just saying, listen.
She was all up on original Reggie and was like, we can make this thing work for us. And that's when new Reggie was like, no.
Red wine in a pint glass talking. But Cardi B said it herself. If that had a twin, I would let him run a train.
Okay.
I'm just saying, don't leave me in a room with 2 Michael Ealy's.
What did you think of, like, I thought of the twist of who the actual big bad of this last episode of Rivervale was, having it be Archie.
I actually enjoyed that for the reason why, not so much that it was Archie, which on the one hand, Riverdale is Archie's show, right? Like, it's Archie comics, Riverdale is his thing, it's all about Archie. So yes, I feel like that was appropriate, but also his motivation with trying to get his father back, because I thought it was a really cute way on the 100th episode when they brought back all these characters to give a wink and a nod to Luke Perry. Rest in peace.
But the superimpose thing, like, why not just use old footage? And I felt like it was villainizing our character. Like, I've said so many times that, like, we're going this direction with Archie that's just so anti-Archie, anti-hero. Like, he's not that person. And I feel like in this Rivervale thing, he could have been more of a villain, but it was just like still kind of hero heart. Everyone can have what they want here. And I was like, okay, so you give me actual Archie, but in an alternate universe? Like, what are y'all doing?
Well, and that's the thing. They could have pushed this whole storyline further, and they just didn't. So a lot of it felt weak. They could have pushed Archie further into villainhood if we'd had more time. We had 40 minutes, which was a complete waste.
Yeah, it should have been the whole 5 episodes. They could have done like the fun ghost story thing for part of it, and then like it could be just Jughead writing the story, right? And then like goes into this new world or whatever. I love the like we almost had Jughead and Veronica. So was it Bughead? Right. And she's like, here's to it being canon. And I was like, it's so aware of itself and so meta. Right. We almost had a Bughead hook up again. I was like, damn, their chemistry is still so strong.
They're doing everything. They're doing it all for us, but like not giving us anything at all. Because furthermore, I'm just saying, if they had started this multiverse thing and drug it out through the 5 episodes, that also could have been a better use of Sabrina, because instead of leaning into like the sci-fi aspect of multiverses, they could have led into the magic aspect of multiverses, a la Doctor Strange, you know? And like Sabrina could have been their Doctor Strange.
Yeah, true.
I agree. That would have been awesome.
That I don't know if they actually blew up or not, you know?
Well, they don't, because the Bughead or the Jughead who's writing everything now,
he rewrote the story.
Locked in the fucking bunker, it's changed the story.
Okay, also he's locked in Dilton's bunker with Ethel, who's giving him hamburgers and the sexy eye. Did y'all catch that?
I did.
She gave him hella sexy eye.
She really did. Can we talk about the pop, like the afterlife pops, and how I thought it was so cute in there? Like it was all 1950s. Jughead rolls up with his actual crown from the comics. I thought, and like they had the iconic scenes from the comics and the cartoons with like Archie and Betty and Veronica drinking from the same straw. Like it was so. I thought those like little nods.
I honestly wanted more of that. To be completely honest, I wanted more of that. Yeah. That was precious. I could have spent 30 minutes in Pop's heaven.
Mm-hmm. Give us a whole episode of that. And then they learn that that's the afterlife and can come back. Like, guys, this is why we get mad, because they give us something that could have been so great. And they're just like, this is how you should have done it. I got crazy when I said like that.
The way these episodes are written, it's like a group project. And then everybody has to have their input. And it's like, you know, it started off real good, but then the teacher was like, I can tell that this is all your voice. Let's make this a team effort. And then it just goes fucking left, like so far away.
Have y'all ever played the game like Paper Telephone, where like somebody writes images and somebody draws it, and then somebody writes like a caption for the drawing, and you keep going around and around and around until it's like nothing makes sense anymore? That's what it was. It was Paper Telephone.
Yeah,
I used to mess
exactly what it was.
By the way,
that's rude. That's rude.
That kid. I never wanted anybody to win. They'd be like, "What?" No, I was making it interesting. I wanted someone to say butts and monkeys at the end.
Stupid. I can't. Okay, let's finish this nonsense episode. So I know we mentioned this already, but like when they were talking about like we've got narrator, we've got Jughead that is now like aware, because I'm like, why is he the one that's aware? I still don't understand it. It still doesn't quite make sense. And now he has to go write forever.
It kind of makes sense to me because he narrates every episode of Riverdale, and then he was also like the Twilight Zone host during Rivervale. So he's like the bridge between the characters and the audience. So it kind of made sense, but like also they suck at writing.
Yeah. So like, is this
a twin? And this was actually Dylan the whole time, and we just don't know. So that's how it works.
This was a missed opportunity to have Dylan Sprouse on this show. Like, I understand they are not identical, but they do look enough alike that he could have like. They look enough alike to be one of the Jugheads. Just saying, whole missed opportunity.
Dylan wants no part in this, guys.
He doesn't want any part in this. Cole probably doesn't want any part in this. Let's be real.
I mean, we all know they're trying to cancel this show, right? When it comes back in March, they've now moved it to Sundays.
Woo!
Sorry, Jordan, what were you saying? Lily is tired. Her shoulders hurt. She's tired of carrying this show, okay? Like,
what? Sorry, I'm not a Lily fan, so I don't get it.
Oh, it's fine. I think Lily carries it, Cole carries it, and slowly, like, honestly, I will say this is the best I've ever seen KJ Apa was when he did the
Oh,
switch
yeah.
to the villain. I was like,
Yeah. All
Also,
right, I will give you that if we're talking about the main four, that KJ is not pulling his weight because it really is Veronica, Betty, and Jughead.
yes, KJ's not pulling his weight. Also, him and Tony have babies now, so they probably just want to be
But
out.
they got things to do.
they're done. And also, poor KJ has aged 10 years with that baby. Like,
This is not Grey's Anatomy. They can't just keep bringing in new people. They need to go home.
Yeah.
I know. I will not be surprised if this upcoming season is the last one. Just like that's what they tried to do with Supernatural. They're moving it all over the network until finally they were like, season 15, you guys,
Yeah, but Riverdale is on what, like 5?
6. Isn't this 6?
This is 6.
It's a 6.
This is 6.
They
Yeah.
just need
This
to
was the first 5
call it.
episodes of 6. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
They just need to call it. They just need to, give them a nice wrap up. They've passed 100 episodes, so they'll get syndication rights and people will get checks. Like, just let it go.
That's what they're ready for. And you can just tell everyone's really just phoning it in now.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes when like the next season gets released on Netflix and how people are feeling about it. Because I have a ton of friends who don't watch it as it comes on like we do. They
Right.
wait to binge it. So we'll see how
I'm
the
just-
fan base is after that.
I just think that Cole will have a great career as a dramatic actor. I think that Lily will go on probably to have a great career as a dramatic actor. Veronica, I can't think of her real first name. I know her last name is Mendez, but she'll
Camilla.
probably land like Camilla will land like a Desperate Housewives type comedy drama
Camille?
situation.
No,
on a
she's
larger network.
Camille. I'm sorry. Camilla Mendez was
Camille.
Shawn Mendes' ex-girlfriend. My bad. I'm
What?
wrong.
Camilla
No,
Cabello.
Camilla Cabello. How dare you Mendez
I
her?
know, but Camilla Mendez. That's why I said Camilla, because of
I'm
Shawn
just
Mendes. It's
saying
my
that-
bad.
But that Veronica will go on to be like a Desperate Housewives type, like a great comedy drama. KJ probably gonna go right home and raise his baby, and Madeline Pesh will become a scream queen. Those are my
Yes.
predictions.
And Kevin just got married in real life, and he'll go off and do Broadway. It's like Casey Cott. There it is. I was like, he's got a name. I know it.
Or he could be like a Nate Berkus or something. I mean, maybe he has another talent other than singing because not really a strong suit. But
I can see Vanessa Morgan going on to like an HBO type show.
Mm-hmm. Go a little edgier for sure. These
Mhm.
poor kids. I just hope they allow themselves to go out with a really good season. We'll see what happens. I mean, I know. Look, I know. I'm trying to be hopeful. Okay. The show returns in March. We will
Trying to get my
return
little
in
eyes
March.
as the camera as possible.
March.
Like we will return in March. Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see.
if only just to decide if we're doing this weekly or if we're just going to bitch about it every couple of weeks.
It depends on how
You
this
know.
life gets. If I have a
I
real
know,
life
we'll
to live,
see.
then I'm not doing this every week.
We'll see what happens. The show just isn't as good anymore weekly, so it just makes me sad. But otherwise,
I
we'll
mean,
be doing
it's
other stuff
obviously
here.
Omicron plus.
I thought
Oh
it
my
was
goodness.
like a pie, hi, you, chew, Flurona.
Dude. Omarion, Megatron. But we'll be doing other things here on the channel of Smells Like Teen Angst.
Optimus Prime.
We got other things to do. Until then, ladies, where can they find you?
On Tuesday nights, you can find us at QueueTimes playing tabletop role-playing games. Otherwise, I'm found at Lambertra. Don't follow me. I just tweet about bullshit.
And I'm Keiki. And on Tuesdays, you can find me playing tabletop games with Jordan. I'm the sheriff around them parts of the fantasy world. And then, I'm always here. That's it, really.
That's all we do. We just sit at home and entertain ourselves. Until then, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Ring the bell. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.